It's Week 5 of the 2022 season. Up next, we'll see Joe Mixon. Stellar a week ago, piling up the yards and getting them to pay dirt twice. It's the Bengals and the Ravens on Sunday night.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Room here to run. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. And this is incomplete. The Bengals are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners are 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Here we go.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They go play action with Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
McPherson's kick is good, and the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
First down there for T. Higgins. Don't let it be lost in Jamar Chase's phenomenal season. The Higgins had a big year for Cincinnati as well. Topped the 1,000-yard plateau for the first time, and he did it despite missing a few games with injuries. The third-year man could give Cincy a pair of Pro Bowlers in the position here in 2022.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On the line, ready?
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. Now it's Burrow. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great effort there, with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Here we go.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Play action, it's Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And this is caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A well-executed 22-yard gain. John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This would indeed remain a completed pass. Mixon with a first down carry. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Adolfo always showing off the pass rush skills. CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. We can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The Ravens off. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. Tyler Boyd, he's going to go past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing. And
so the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. A jet sweep to start the drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Hey, we got to go score. Go. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Here we go, here we go. From
the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins from 17 yards out. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Well, after another passing touchdown.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Nixon will try the right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Once again, they run with Mixon. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situation.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Drew Sample, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On second down, here's Mixon. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 39 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play. And
both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Mixing up the middle. And some space here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting caught.
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Here we go, here we go.
A handoff to Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a third down and 12. partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for the Bengals, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.
It's Madden NFL 23. We'll get a look at Joe Burrow. He was a tour de force a week ago, 6 passing touchdowns. It's the Bengals and the Saints, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. on the option to the short side left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up the third down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, a real start to the season, 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start to believe?
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And the Saints. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's able to get it back here to the 40. The Bengals drive about to get going.
For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're really confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. Burrow looking to pass. And that will be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Saints will take. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Go.
First down, here's Burrow. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I'll tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence, haven't allowed a point yet, flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Burrow's throw going to be caught by Boyd.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. Every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Here we go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drive.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd.
A great play there. with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key will...
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Here we go.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it.
Touchdown!
Jamar Chase.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Again, it's Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Ready?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And some room to maneuver. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
61 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Here we go.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. And now they will throw it with Burrow. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Mixon is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Here we go. They gotta go.
Now Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Bengals have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And Tyler Boyd's one of those guys that seems to fly under the radar, but he finds ways to get open, and he has nice hands. He's averaged right around 80 catches a year his last 3 seasons.
Now it's Mixon running right. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Here's a give to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come on 2nd down. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt. Because
the Bengals drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. They'll drop to throw. Out to the left. He's got Sample there. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. The Bengals drive about to get going.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They try to eat some clock with Mixon, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Open man downfield is Chase.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here we go. Here we go.
Again, it's Mixon. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to lead into the 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Here we go with Burrow.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal 1st.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. This is caught. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong 2nd half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the...
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. Now Burrow on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals look like they're going to be moving to 6-0 as they extend that lead even further. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run up.
Here we go, here we go.
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Cincinnati, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half.
It's Week 7 of the NFL, and we'll see the 2021 Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Burrow. Go. 6.
Ball will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. This one caught downfield by Higgins. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. The numbers for Mixon last week, 18 carries for an even 100 yards.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. The Bengals at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you should... trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now Joe Mixon uses the stiff arm, and he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't...
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Now Mixon. He'll take this to the 46.
But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Open man is Higgins. There's the stiff arm, and he's got this down to the 35. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. At the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Drew Sample, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our let's.
The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. On the delay, it's Mixon. Shoves him away. 12 yards that time, and it's Cincinnati first down.
Here we go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a really nice job of them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. A lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Mixon with a first down carry. Shreds him with a stiff arm. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
That's to Chase. He's got it.
Touchdown, Cincinnati. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just... So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he throws his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals continue to pull away here in this first half. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Burrow looking to pass. Got a man open. It's Chase. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. The quick slant caught. Touchdown Bengals. Tyler Boyd. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals open the lead up to 34-0. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get position for at least 3 points.
It's a gain of 35.
The tackling in this game has not been good so far. We've seen our share of missed tackles. Case in point, that one right there. And that miss led to another big play. I don't know if it's effort. I don't know if it's technique, but they'll have to work on that in practice.
First down. Here's Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
Here we go, here we go.
An incomplete pass. Down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in the field goal range now at the 27-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hayden Hurst in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to fit.
After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10.
Here we go.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Here we go.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Burrow will throw. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And some room to work. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And again, that's Hurst. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Devontae Casey. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes left side. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Falcons grab it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Gotta go.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's got some space here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
134 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. A solid stiff arm. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards yards there and another first down.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
And
he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst. After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. They find some open field here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Here we go, here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mixing up the middle. And he's got room. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
A handoff to Mixon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Yeah, they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. Mixon will try the right side. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Burrow.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again.
Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. And they will take a knee here. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Bengals, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.
It's week 8 of the 20.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers for Mixon last week, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. Now they run with Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Mixon. Oh, he's got some breathing. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so... So this offense will head back out there. They're an excellent... after the fumble recovery. A draw play for Mixon. And some room to run now. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yes,
the Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go, here we go.
Partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
16 yards right off the bat for a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
What a matchup we have here in the AFC North on this All Hallows Eve, otherwise known, of course, as Halloween. Kids probably shuffling home right now from trick-or-treating, all hopped up on sugar and ready to drive their parents crazy as these two old rivals get together here on this final day of October in a game that's been highly anticipated.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's a give to Mixon. Pushes past him, and he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Here we go.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. And I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football.
Here we go.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
Now it's Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. First down. Surprised that wasn't a run.
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of run.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd.
A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Bengals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And what was impressive to me is not just how much he wanted it, but how he fashioned it. I mean, he was shedding tacklers left and right, evading tacklers left and right. And when you think about the energy it takes to ward guys off, that's really impressive. He still managed to keep his balance and turn this into a fantastic run.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one. So far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drill.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On one, ready?
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. This one hauled in by Sample.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
From the gun to give to Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bengals would extend their lead here just before halftime.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Gun. They gotta go.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
129 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
Stiff-armed him. Room here to run. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did. But poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And he'll get it inside the 35. And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. That's complete to the tight end sample. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
He's going to have the hook up here to Chase.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Jet sweep. Boyd with it. And they give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Perine is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen cut.
The Bengals to get going.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Over the middle, complete. That's Boyd. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 27. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now Joe Mixon. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it.
Boy, 175 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Jet sweep, Boyd with it, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, You're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. They'll run with Mixon, and he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. They try to eat some clock with Mixon.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return comes to a halt. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over.
11, MP, hey!
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Joe Mixon,
96 yards.
and the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They've stayed on brand in this A
higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Cincinnati,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the
Choose from 4 preset offers that range in level of risk. It's Week 11 of the National Football League, and we've got Miles Jack. Got a chance to rest and heal up last week on the bye. It's the Steelers and the Bengals under the lights on Sunday night.
This offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Now Burrow on first down. Out to the left, he's got Sample there. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he rifles one incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll go to Pirine, trying to pound it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Samaje Perine. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1 yard. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Burrow looking to pass. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Here we go.
After one, 7-3 the score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Perine. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets it. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go, here we go.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work.
Here we go.
Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
Here we go.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Tyler Boyd, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Bengals are in for 6.
So the touchdown there, and that play.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown in Charles their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. On the draw, Evans. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Hey, we got to go score.
Now it's Burrow. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. It's caught inside the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line.
On one, ready?
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Back to throw here. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to have it here just past the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
They've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Here we go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
11. Gotta go.
Here's Burrow. He'll get this out to his running back, P. Ryan. And out of bounds right around the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Out of the gun to give to Evans.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. Burrow throw. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
Here we go.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there. That's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Pirine, draw play. Uses this stiff arm.
131 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control.
Touchdown! Tyler Boyd. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And
well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? Now Pirine. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Samaje Pirine. A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Bengals are going to be moving to 10-0.
Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the... as they take possession. Now a carry for Pirine. And some room to work. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, by my count, at least 2 guys had shots at it, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they've looked out of sorts all game long.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. But it's caught on the right side of Smith.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
So this game, Charles, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
CD, it'll go into the...
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. It's Pirine to begin the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
11.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it'll be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to... Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end. And really no shortage of big plays.